Welcome to the lecture video on what we're doing in the second half of the term. Some of this is not news to you. You've already been working on 7 chords, and we've been talking about chord functions like 1 and 5 chords. This video is just to go over what we're doing in theory, and not on the ukulele. There'll be a different lecture video for that. So, bass notes. Bass notes. We have an instrument that plays in treble clef, which is mostly higher notes. The lower notes are on another staff, and they're usually done in this clef right there called the bass clef. On the piano, these two come together and combine. Usually the right hand is played here and the left hand is played here. We'll learn how to read them. We'll use them to help us understand and interpret music for more than just the ukulele, which is in treble clef. And yeah, it'll make you a whole musician in that regard. If you know your treble clef really well, these are not that hard, okay? And minor scales and keys. So you've been working in the major scales and keys, and that's the same thing. When somebody says, what key are we in? They say, what scale are we using and where's home? So you have these flashcards. C major scale, no sharps and flats. It means that C is home. That's the 1 chord or first degree of the scale. Sometimes they call the first degree of the scale the keynote because that's the key you're in. Key of C major, okay? There is also another scale that has no sharps and flats that's minor, or a key too, and that is the key of A minor. So if you were to go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C with no sharps and flats, you've got the C major scale, and C is 1, and that's home, and 5 chord is G, and so on. But if we were to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A with no sharps or flats, we would be in the key of A minor, and that would be an A minor, what we call a natural minor scale. So, same thing, no sharps or flats. So, to begin with, we'll just start linking these two together. You know this one, we'll learn that one. And then we can start thinking about, pieces in minor keys, which is really cool. In fact, several of the pieces we're working on right now for second term are in minor scales and keys, and that is, you know, I don't know how to explain that. That's the other half of the music you need to know, so that's good right there. 7th chords, learn how to spell them, learn how to identify them, learn how to use them, and you know, this will be, to begin with, worksheets, quizzes, tests, those kind of things, not unlike what you had with triads, both online and in packets, except now you'll have downloadable, printable files coming to you. And then these things come together to talk about chord function. 1 chords, 5 chords, 4 chords, how they go together. We're already sort of starting this, but we'll incorporate all these things together. And once we have this down, we can understand also bass notes, so we can look at music that's got bass notes, and then we can understand and analyze pieces of music and see what patterns are in them. And then we can thieve that intellectual technology and make it our own, and we can think about arranging. So in this half of the term, you'll see that a lot of the music that you've downloaded will have a part for you to learn, but they will also have like more than 1 verse written out and blank spots and things, and we'll talk about how to fill those parts in to make a full arrangement. We kind of already did this a little bit by the way we play the pieces. If we take the last 4 measures of a piece and repeat it again, or if we play the first measure of the piece a few times to get us into there, or if we loop back and do a solo and things like that. But we'll actually take you through all the skills that we've been learning and apply them to some of the pieces that we're learning on the ukulele for full arrangements. Hopefully when you get out, of course there's no way to cover every kind of arrangement, but you'll have some functional skills so you go like, I can do this. I understand how it works. And finally, counting compound meter. So everything except for Koodeldun that you've done up till now has been in something called simple meter, and that's where the beats divide into 2 evenly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or 1 and 2 and. But the beats, ta, 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 divide into 2 parts evenly, ta, 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 and we learn to count them as the and the beat. Compound meter are meters that the beat divides evenly into 3. So if you think about Koodeldun, bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 1 and 2 and or 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. You already know lots of music like this already, and as we point out more, you will go, oh yeah, I know that, but we'll learn how to recognize the notation for that and how to count it. Again, if you've got your basics down from simple meter counting, this will be a logical extension that gives you access to more music. And that's it. We will loop back around and make sure that everybody has their basic core skills down, that you know all your major scales and keys, that you can spell triads on anything, you can do basic counting, you know all your treble notes, and you can correlate the keyboard and the fretboard and all that. But most people seem pretty solid on that, so I'm actually looking forward to having a fairly stress-free core or fundamental skill testing for theory. And that's it. Check out the other video on what's coming up on the ukulele.